Today, we're about to find out just how weird Texas can get, because I'm trying out the weirdest, wildest, and most downright hilarious laws still on the books in the Lone Star State. That's right, I'm risking embarrassment, confusion, and maybe a stern look from a sheriff or two, all in the name of YouTube science. Welcome back to Lone Star Plate, where we don't just talk about Texas, we live it even when it gets real weird. Now, Texas is famous for doing things its own way. But did you know there are laws here that make absolutely zero sense? Some of these go back 100 years or more, and nobody really knows why they're still around. But today, we're testing them out, one by one. Let's start with a classic. It's illegal to milk someone else's cow. That's right, you can milk your own cow, but touch your neighbor's, and you're officially an outlaw. So I found a friendly rancher, shout out to Farmer Bob, and asked him if I could milk his cow. He just laughed and handed me a bucket, while his wife pretended to call the sheriff. I got a few squirts in before I chickened out. Verdict? I'm not cut out for a life of crime or dairy. Next up, it's illegal to take more than 3 sips of beer while standing up in LaForest. I drove all the way to LaForest, Texas, with a cold root beer. Don't worry, YouTube, it's family friendly. I took 1 sip standing up, 2 sips, 3 sips. I went for a 4th, and immediately sat down. Nobody arrested me, but I did get some weird looks from the locals. I guess I'll never be a LaForest rebel. Moving on, you can't shoot a buffalo from a 2nd-story hotel window. This one's oddly specific, and I have so many questions. Was this a big problem at some point? Were there just herds of buffalo wandering Main Street? I went to the nearest hotel, looked out the window, and don't worry, no buffalo in sight. I pantomimed aiming a water gun just to be safe. Verdict? Law-abiding citizen. Also, buffalo are safe from my super soaker. Here's a good one. It's illegal to let your camel run loose on the beach in Galveston. I don't own a camel, but I did bring a toy camel to the beach. I let it run wild for about 2 minutes before a lifeguard came over and asked what I was doing. When I explained, he just shook his head and walked away. Sorry, Galveston, no rogue camels on my watch. Now, this next law is personal. In Clarendon, it's illegal to dust any public building with a feather duster. I brought a feather duster to City Hall, gave the door a little dust, and waited for the police to show up. Nothing happened, but I did get some very suspicious side-eye from a city worker. I guess cleanliness really is next to criminality in Clarendon. And who could forget? You can't eat your neighbor's garbage without permission. First of all, who is doing this? Second, I brought a note to my neighbor's house. May I please eat your garbage for a YouTube video? They said no. Honestly, I'm relieved. Some laws are weird for a reason. Let's get even stranger. It's illegal to feather dust a public building in Clarendon, but in Denison, it's illegal to own a realistic dildo. Yeah, I'm not testing that one on camera, but Texas, you do you. In Houston, it's illegal to sell Limburger cheese on Sunday. So I went to the grocery store, found the stinkiest cheese I could, and tried to buy it on a Sunday. The cashier didn't bat an eye. Either the law's not enforced or they just thought I was weird. Either way, mission accomplished. In Richardson, U-turns are technically illegal in some places. I found the sign, did a U-turn, and immediately felt like an outlaw. No cops, but my mom would not approve. In Texarkana, it's illegal to ride a horse at night without taillights. You heard me, taillights. So I found a toy horse, strapped a bike light to its tail, and paraded it down the sidewalk after dark. I got some honks and a thumbs up from a passing truck. That's Texas for you. And finally, maybe my favorite, you can be fined for flirting with your eyes or hands in San Antonio. So I sat at a cafe, batted my eyelashes, and waved at strangers. No fine, but one guy did wink back, so I guess I broke the law and made a friend? What did I learn from trying out Texas's weirdest laws? First, nobody really enforces these anymore, except maybe the camel one, and only if you have a real camel. Second, Texans have a sense of humor about their history. And third, you never know what you'll find when you dig into the fine print. But here's the real story. These weird laws are part of what makes Texas, well, Texas. We're a state that's proud of its quirks, its history, and its willingness to laugh at itself. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. So, would I recommend trying out all of Texas' weirdest laws? Maybe not, especially that garbage one. But if you want to experience the wild, wonderful, and totally unique side of the Lone Star State, just keep your eyes open. You never know when you'll stumble across a law that'll make you ask, wait, is that for real? Thanks for coming along on this legal adventure. If you enjoyed watching me almost get arrested for feather dusting and fake camel wrangling, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's the weirdest law where you live? Or what Texas law should I try next? Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and stay Texas strong. This is Lone Star Plate as signing off and putting away the feather duster.